3 years ago, they came out and obviously did what they did tonight in similar ways. What do you take away from this? And is one of the positive that you were in the spot before and things worked out pretty well in Tokyo?
Yeah, if you can promise me that's how it's going to work out this time, I can tell you it was very positive tonight. Um, I think first it would be really short-sighted of me if I don't take a moment and recognize what a what a great game it was, what a great environment, fun for people to watch, and we have work to do, right? And we know that. Um, and sometimes it's good that obviously the adversity, et cetera. I don't think we needed a game like this to have our attention per se. We know how hard it is to do what we're trying to do, and we just have work to do to get there.
Next question, to the right in the back.
Yeah, DT mentioned before the game that you've been around coaching many legends for so many years. And the 1996 team was so influential in helping marketing the women's sport and domestically in Atlanta Olympics. So do you think that with your team this year is in the same position to do that globally for the WNBA brand?
I mean, I think it's been happening, prior even to this team. This momentum, this wave, that we're feeling, it has been sort of this kind of journey for women's basketball to get the attention that it is, getting at this point. So I think we mirror what's happening, obviously in the WNBA. And, I think hopefully this team can uphold, sort of the culture and the level of success and compete. And but I don't necessarily know that this team is going to be, the team that changes things. I think we're continuing to, be on that upward trajectory, and this team has absolutely been a part of that.
Coach, next question, third row to the left.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
We spoke pregame, and you mentioned that you think an advantage you all have consistently will be versatility.
Mhm.
Just looking at your offensive process, we saw some kind of guard screening for each other and
Yep.
things like that. Can you just kind of speak to the value that you see in that particular context of play and just how it kind of makes you all maybe unique from other teams in Olympic play?
Yeah, and we haven't really got that layered yet, and so I think we have really good basketball players that know how to play, can do things that are unscripted. Some of the actions that you were talking about, where they're just playing after the initial movement that we get, and playing different lineups, versatility each position. I think that's incredibly valuable. Being able to play big, playing, whether we're playing AT Stewie in Asia or throw BG in there, we put Fee in there, and then we can also turn it around and be really aggressive on the perimeter. In terms of being able to play in transition. A lot of things that we didn't get tonight that we think we can get to. We took the ball out of the net, and obviously a lot. And so, we didn't get to see some of those phases of the offense, but, the roster, the final roster was put together for the versatility that you speak about.
Coach, next question, all the way to the right in the middle.
Coach, what are some things you think you learned about the team tonight in a game like this?
It's hard to know just yet. I think, kind of getting everybody, here for the first time. We practiced a couple of times and play a game that we knew, was going to be loaded with talent. And we weren't good at what we were trying to get done defensively. But we also know there's really good offensive players on the other side. Sometimes we played great defense and it didn't matter. And what did I learn about them? I don't necessarily know the answer to that just yet. I'm going to learn in the coming, weeks. What did we learn from tonight, and how can we use it to fuel us and be introspective about, buy into what we're trying to get done, and how we all can collectively do better, and use tonight's experience to be able to put us in a position to be successful as the last time when this team lost in 2021.
Coach, next question, third row to your left.
Hi, Cheryl. You've just mentioned about the defense right now. Can you speak a little bit on what exactly were the issues at that end of the floor that you will need to improve upon by Tuesday, and in particular with Enrique?
Yeah.
You mentioned she would probably just
Is
not
Enrique
come.
playing for any of these teams that we're going to play? Because we had to come up with a game plan, So yeah, I mean, I think some of the challenges, and I told our group, you certainly don't want to make excuses because we've all played basketball for a long time, but I'm big into muscle memory, and the muscle memory of a lot of our players playing for their existing teams that they just finished playing for. and then you come in and you spend 2 days, you're not going to be able to, to be able to instinctively get to those places if it's different than what you've been doing. And so we've got to very, very quickly replace, some things that you do for other teams. And obviously, I think more of a collective effort defensively. We had a lot of one-on-one, little help, little rim protection. We do not want to give up, 60 points in the paint, right? That is not the plan. And so that to me was our greatest disappointment, in that we were kind of in the my man all-star game phase, and like it was a little bit better than, we play a little more defense than a normal all-star game, but that's what it felt like. We just didn't, we come out and just played. We didn't come out and like really compete to say we have a certain identity we're trying to play to. And I got to figure that out. I got to help them get there.
Coach, next question, staying in the third row center.
Hi, Cheryl. It was good to see Nafisa out on
It
the
was.
court. So just wondering what conversations you had, how she's feeling, and what you thought of the time that she could get out on the court.
Yeah, everything that she's done, to put herself in position to be ready for us. This was the next step, getting her in a game, and didn't certainly want to overdo it, as we're, really aiming for the 29th, to make sure that we've got, the group as we want it. And I think that you'll see, the next time we play, you'll see a lot more of Fee. So she's doing well.
First row front, last question.
Hey, Coach, what does it tell you about the overall talent right now in women's basketball that, you've got the best team chosen in the world to play the
Yeah.
Olympics, and then you just got beaten by a group of people in the NBA who seem to be just as talented?
In the NBA. Yeah, it felt like, we were guarding somebody from the NBA tonight. But I think we know this. Everybody in this room, you're here because you've been watching women's basketball. I assume you're not new to it, right? So the depth, we've said this for years, the depth of talent that we have in the USA, that it is, there's no one that has anything close to it. There are players that are not on this team that are great players. Everybody knows that, right? So there's no suggestion whatsoever, that there are players on that played for the WNBA aren't good enough to be on this national team. There is no suggestion of that. But only 12 can make it. And so I think that what it speaks to is what we've been building. The league is more than 25 years old. We've had 12 teams for a long time. So the concentration of talent, right, that we have, right, we see a little retirement, right, and just piling on, right? This is just the growth of the league. It's the evolution. Now we get more teams, more talent. We just keep growing.